There's a kind of another one that's pretty hot out there that I'm going to put you on the spot with to talk a little bit, but I think it's one of the most important coverages for small businesses right now and going forward, and that is cyber coverage. Alan, what the hell is cyber coverage?
Yeah, so what's cyber coverage? And it's a big, scary term that we're hearing a lot out there, but really, it really just comes down to what is protecting your business in the event that a hacker or someone gains access to your systems. We all have email now. We're all over the place with various accounts. Most people are banking now online. There's a lot of opportunities for a hacker to gain access to your system and lock everything up. I can't tell you the number of conversations I've been a part of with insurers where they've told me, oh, don't worry about it. I've got that handled by the credit card company. I've got that handled by my point of sale system. I've got that handled by so-and-so. Well, now we've been 10 years into these type of coverages existing and these type of exposures being out there, and we're finding out that these entities do not have that covered as well as they're letting on. They'll happily provide you with a list of everybody that was impacted by the hacking event where all these credit card numbers got exposed. But then when it comes to following our state guidelines of notifying all those people, at this point I think we've all gotten those letters in the mail that say, hey, so-and-so exposed your personal information. If you need credit card monitoring, here's how you sign up for it. Here's how you freeze your credit and so forth. You've got to mail all those letters out at the price of stamps, plus stuffing all those envelopes and sending them out. If you have a couple thousand customers coming into your shop or your business and that credit card information is exposed, that adds up to a significant expense really fast for our clients. So there's a lot of pieces to cyber and what we call data compromise coverage, but they're important. There's a lot of ways you can endorse it onto a policy. We're seeing that right now. The ones you endorse on a policy, I tell people that takes the edge off an event. Yeah, you're not going to get probably a full event covered, but at least makes it somewhat manageable. And then yes, if you've got thousands of clients and you swipe a lot of credit cards every day, you need to consider a full cyber policy, because that's the place you're going to get $1 million or $2 million of coverage. You're going to get all the various bells and whistles you really need to survive. Now, again, what are we seeing in that marketplace? These insurance companies, it used to be you wanted a policy, you got one. Now they're running pre-scans of your systems ahead of that quote. So you're also going to get a report that says, hey, here's where we found exposures. Here's where we see credit card information out there or login information and so forth. So there may be some stuff you got to get on the phone with your IT guy to address and shore up before we can even place a policy. So it is an interesting market spot at the moment.
Yeah, and we often hear about the data breaches from these large companies. I think 23andMe was like one of the most recent ones where they gained access to a number of users' data. But the reality is, I think it's something like 80% of these claims that are paid out are for small businesses, just like yours and mine. And it's not always these big companies. It's these smaller ones, the small mom and pop shops that are targeted more frequently.
Yeah, and the reality is most don't end up surviving those events.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
And the Drew Kinney hot take on this one is, quite frankly, AI is only going to make this more necessary. It's getting rid of that barrier of brute force that used to kind of be involved. We've all seen those letters too you get in your email from the Nigerian prince. Well, these are getting more and more sophisticated with the adoption of AI and harder to identify. My 2023 coverage pick for the future that small businesses need to have is definitely cyber insurance.
Yep.